Hi there, welcome to the channel. My name is Becky and this is Bria Makes Art, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about art goals. So last year I set myself a whole bunch of different art goals, and let me take a minute and try and find those so I can read those back to you, and let's see how I did. So here we go. It was in my sketchbook 6. I've got my 2024 art goals spread here, and let me read them off to you and let's just kind of see how I did. Finish at least one sketchbook. I finished 2, so yay, I made that one. Do more fantasy art. I think that I did more. I did a lot more sketching in my sketchbook of fantasy themed things, but I'm not sure that I exactly kind of met the gist of that. I didn't do a lot of kind of outside of my sketchbook fantasy art, but I did start to kind of move in that direction. So I'm going to give myself a win for that one. Improve my gouache skills. I'm going to give myself a lose for that one because I didn't do a ton of gouache painting. I did some. I did sign up for the Sarah Burns subscription kit, which I just got my 12th box for, and that was the last one, and I barely touched it. So that was a lot of money spent for that. However, I do still have access to all of the tutorials, and I do intend to go back and work on that some more this year. So while I didn't do it last year, I'm going to give myself a lose for that. I'm going to continue to work on it this year, and I do hope to do a number of gouache paintings this year to try and keep moving that needle forward. Reach 500 subs. No, I did not. I was at about 375 at the end of the year, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's one of those things that I don't really have direct control over. So while it is a loss, it's kind of not a great goal for me to set for myself. It was more of an aspiration. I was hoping to get there, and I didn't get there. I'm going to keep working on it, and we'll see how it goes. Design a logo. Nope. Complete fail. I did start working on it. I had a whole bunch of ideation. I threw a bunch of things at the wall, and none of them really stuck, and I didn't know where to go from there because I don't really know how to design a good logo. So that's still out there for me to do at some point. I am not sure when or if I will do that. I probably will, but I think I need to learn a little bit more before I can really tackle that. Improve my video editing. I'm going to give myself a bit of a pass on this, maybe like a half, because I think that my video editing is better. I think that I am trying to get more B-roll type footage. I think I'm trying to keep it be a little bit more entertaining. I'm kind of thinking about that a lot more and trying to make things a little bit more fun for you guys to watch. But I don't think that I got to where I wanted to be, though it's kind of hard to measure. It's not a very measurable goal. So I'm going to give myself a, half on that. Start an online store. I did do that. I do have an Etsy store, and there are just a couple of things available. There's one print that I made, and then there are some laser cut items that my husband has made. This is the print in question. I am really happy with how these prints turned out. The colors are pretty much identical to the painting, so kudos to Cat Print for that. Overall, I'm very happy with it. I went with a little bit of a gloss finish. It's not super glossy. These guys are 8.5 by 11, and they are for sale on my Etsy shop in case you're interested. Next is improving presentation skills. I think that I got a little bit better about this. I know that I notice myself saying a lot less, though I do still say and drag out words and things like that a little bit while I'm talking. I think that I have gotten better. I think that there is still a lot of room for improvement there. I didn't necessarily focus super hard on it, though I think that just kind of talking to the camera a lot has got me a lot better, and I think that I have a little bit more energy when I'm talking to you guys. So let me know below if you think I've improved on any of these things, because I would really like to hear back from you guys to see what you think and see if there are kind of any tips and tricks that you might have for me to either make these videos more interesting, more entertaining, shorter, whatever. Let me know, and I'll try and incorporate some of those. Next goal was learn to digitize art. Well, I did digitize this guy in order to get it printed. So I'm going to give myself, again, kind of like a half score on that because I only did the one thing. I was thinking about going back through and try and find other things to possibly turn into stickers or something like that, and I never did that. So I'm going to give myself, like I said, a half score on that because I did do it and I did learn a lot of stuff, but I didn't do it very much. So I'm not going to say that I'm really good at it yet. And then my last one was learn to mat my artwork. I didn't work on it. I've got the tools that I need. I didn't work on it at all, so that was a complete fail. So that was a lot of goals that I set for myself last year, and I think that it was too many. And I think that I'm going to try and do a little bit less, do a little bit fewer goals this year. One of the goals that I have is to paint at least 12 paintings. That's one per month. That should be pretty easily doable. It doesn't have to be a big painting, but it does have to be a full painting, not just like little mini paintings. I did see somebody that was trying to do like 100 mini paintings, and that's an interesting idea, though I don't think I am going to set that as a goal for myself. Another thing that I want to do is just use more of my art materials. So I want to try and use some things up. Whether I will actually be able to use anything up or not, I am not going to grade myself harshly on that because I do have a lot of things that I've barely touched. So using something up completely would mean using it an awful lot. But I do want to use up some of the things that I have and not buy a whole bunch more. I already cheated on that a little bit because I went to Michael's the other day to buy myself a little bit of storage for some things, and I happened to find some ampersand gesso boards in the clearance area for $15 a piece when normally they were like 40 or 50 bucks a piece. So I had to go and buy those because I'm not going to find a deal like that any other time. I do want to keep the goal of finishing at least one sketchbook. I want to try and finish 2, which is what I did last year, and that's 2 of these kind of larger ELO sketchbooks. These guys, I think, are around 112 pages, so that's a lot of pages to finish. So it does require some kind of effort and dedication in order to finish that, but I have set myself kind of a monthly goal, and as long as I keep to that, I should be on track to finish 2 sketchbooks this year as well. And I do want to get into some other sketchbooks and do more paint sketching and things like that, but I am not going to set any goals there just yet. I think one final goal that I do want to set for myself is to finish going through the tutorials that I got from the Sarah Burns art subscription kit, because I did pay a good amount of money for that, and I do want to improve my gouache skills. So going through those, I think, is going to help me a lot in that area, as well as help me get some of those paintings knocked out that I want to get knocked out. And as always, I want to continue making entertaining videos for you guys. I want to try and keep them to about 15 minutes because that seems to be about as long as people want to watch. And I know that when I see a video that is over 15 minutes, I kind of hesitate a little bit and trying to decide, do I actually want to spend that kind of time watching this or not? So trying to keep them to 15 minutes, try and keep them a little bit more entertaining for you guys, and make sure that I'm showing some art in almost all of the videos, because sometimes the talking head videos can get a little bit boring unless you're really, really into that person, and I'm not sure that I have any of you guys that are. I think one other thing that's not necessarily a goal per se, because it's not really measurable, is I do want to continue kind of making my videos better, trying to get better at editing and trying to be a little bit more entertaining and that sort of thing. So that's something that I'm going to continue to work on, and I'm going to continue to try and make things better and try and improve just continuously. That is kind of one of the mottos that I have in my own life, is continuous improvement. I always want to get a little bit better, because just a little bit of improvement, like every day, really adds up. So let me know, again, if you have any kind of ideas of ways that I could improve these videos for you guys. Let me know, because I would really like to hear some feedback from you to see if there are things that you would like to see me do to make this a little bit more interesting for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and think about subscribing, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye!